Hey guys, it's Chris Udemy here. Lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at the solo from Iron Maiden's The Evil That Men Do. It is an absolute doozy. Hope you dig it. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. It's going to kind of start around at F sharp minor pentatonic from the high position. I'm going to start off with this phrase. I've got a bend from 17 to the second string, a whole step. Then I'm being quite staccato with this. I'm playing 14 to 16 on the first. And then I start with a pre-bend. That's from 16 of the first string, and that's only going up a semitone. So I'm going up a semitone, bring it down, pulling back to that 14, and then resolving to 17 to the second. Then adding some sexy vibrato there. This is what we should have thus far. Then I work down this arpeggio phrase. Let's take that slowly. It's kind of working in a triplet timing, I guess. That kind of thing. I'm starting from 16 of the first string, 17 of the second, and then 16 of the third. It's kind of like a D major shape in an E position. Like that kind of shape. From that point, I want to jump back to 17 of the second, and then I have 16 of the third and the fourth string. All together. At the end of that, I'm playing 14 of the fifth string and then 16 of the fourth. So it goes. Hopefully that's all making sense. We'll put it all together at the end. Let's get the next bit. This is a little bit terrifying. It's quite a fast shred. I'm kind of mixing it a little bit in with a couple of moments of legato as well. So I'm going to play it for you relatively slowly, and then we'll do it chunk by chunk. So the first chunk of that, I'm going to be doing a pull off from 7 to 6 on the fourth string, and then I want to play 9-7 on the fifth. Then from that point, I'm going to play 9-7-6 on the fourth string, and then play 9-7-9 on the fifth. That's going to sound like this. Back to back. Now the next bit's kind of a 5-note grouping. I've got to pull off from 7 to 6 on the third string, and then I'm playing 9-7-6 on the fourth string. So when I'm playing this, it is a little bit difficult to count this in real time, but I almost think of it as a 4-note grouping, a 6-note grouping, and then a 5-note grouping. So I've got this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of that, it goes into something a little bit more pentatonic-y. Let's slow that phrase down. I've got to pull off from 9 to 7 on the third. And then I want to play 9 of the fourth. Back to 7 of the third, then 9 of the fourth again. So all together. At the end of that, I'm going to play 7 of the second string and add some whammied vibrato. To finish that off, I've got this phrase. So I'm going to slide into 11 of the third string. Then I want to play 10, 9, 10 on the second string. Then I go to 12 of the first with some vibrato. At the end of that, I'm going to play 10 of the second string, hammer from 9 to 10, and then after that, I'm playing 9 of the third string with a dive there. That's the whole first section. Let's take it from the start at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, this next section is quite whammy heavy. It's not ridiculously hard to play, but it's a little bit strange. I'm going to start off with a slide into 11 of the third string. I then jump to 10 of the second, back to 11 of the third. At the end of that, I've got these sort of bleeding or sustained fourth intervals there. So I've got 12 of the first string and 12 of the second. I'm just doing a flat finger. If you want to do separate fingers, you can. Then I do exactly the same phrase again, but instead of picking the 11th fret of the third string, I'm just doing a dive there. So I've got, I do exactly the same thing again. So I've got the sliding on the first group and then the whammy on the second and the third. If you have a more cooperative whammy or Floyd situation than me, you'll find your bar won't keep flying over there. A little bit of disappointing self-deprecating comedy there. So I got... At the end of that, I want to play 11 on the third string, give it a little bit of time, and then add in just a quick flutter there. Then I work into this phrase. It's kind of similar to the arpeggio situation we had in the previous part, but there's a couple more diatonic notes, but the timing and the sound of it is very triplety and melodically quite similar as well. I'm going to start off with that E major arpeggio with that kind of D major shape there. I'm playing 16 of the first, 17 of the second, 16 of the third. At the end of that, I'm pulling off to a cheeky Dorian note there. I'm playing 17 to 16 on the second string, then rolling to 16 of the third. At the end of that, let's slow that down. I'm playing 16 of the fourth, then to 14 of the third, into 14 of the fourth. So you notice that I'm kind of working in a circular motion with some rolling fingers as well. At the end of that, I was rolling to 16 of the fifth string. So we've got... That is all for that chunk, and then we'll work into this phrase. I think this sounds fancier than it is. There's just a couple of little trills and slides in there, but the whole phrase is almost sort of on that Brian May level of complication where you're just sort of bending and playing a couple of legato flutters. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. So I've got... Let's start that nice and slow. I'm doing a bend up and down from 19 of the first string. Then I want to play 17, 16. Then I've got, what I'm doing here is I'm playing 17 and then a hammer-on pull-off into a slide, going 16, 17, 16, 14. All together. At the end of that, resolving to 16 on the first string. And I've got, let's slow that down. I'm doing a hammer-on pull-off, going 14, 16, 14 on the first string. Jumping to 17 of the second, back to 14 of the first, and then back to 17 of the second again. So we've got, at the end of that, sort of working down the pentatonic, but resolving to a different note because there is a key change in the solo, and it has to resolve back to, I think it's back to sort of a C Lydian E minor thing. So we've got... That last chunk there, I'm playing 14 of the second string, then 16, 14, 12 on the third. So that whole final phrase again. And that is all of the second section. Let's go right back to the start of the section, do it again at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from The Evil That Men Do by Iron Maiden. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to have this listen and anything else that I do, please sign up to the mailing list. The links are in the description box. If you want to support the channel, I have multiple books out, and I also have multiple video courses out as well. So if you want to check out any of these delightful books or any of my video courses, you can check them out through Udemy, some on Skillshare, and the best place to find them is on chriszoupa.com, my new website. I'll be launching that very, very soon, but there is some content already up there if you guys want to check it out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. There will be more content coming very soon, so take it easy until then.